How we doing, EDL playoffs? We're here, week 14 in the books. We got our first. Is this a little playoff video? Playoffs, DZ.
Playoff.
How the hell are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, guys.
And coming back for round 2 of our little guest appearances, Mr. Edwards, still alive in the playoffs. How you doing over there?
I'm feeling good.
Week 14. Let me pull this over here. Now I'm looking at this. I got everything jacked up. Playoffs. I mean, it gave us pretty much everything that we could have wanted. We had a little scare, DZ, little 8-seed scare. Almost came back on some Monday night. Made you sweat a little bit. We did have an upset. Edwards with the two seed over the 7. I'm looking at last year's stuff right here. We had a barn burner, Robbie and Pete. That one came down to the wire.
This morning. It came down to this morning when stat corrections got posted.
And then our last matchup, Rupp. Whatever. he had high points last week for playoffs, so always a good thing. But week 14 had a little bit of everything. We're going to take a look at those games, but this is probably going to be a little bit of a quicker little video we got here.
Well, our audience got cut in half, Nate. Nobody cares no more. No one's listening.
You guys need to turn your notifications on. Subscribe to the channel. Let's see. Edwards. Talk to you for a second. Joined for the second round, being back on here. Last time you were on, one of the little things you gave us, you said you had a puncher's chance. You weren't real confident. Confident. Made it to the second round. How you feel? How you feel? Kind of close your eyes, punch your chance, got it done? How you feeling right now?
You're exactly right. I did have that little chance, and I made it through the first round. I was beating Rupp for high points until the stat corrections came through this morning. So, that makes it feel a little bit worse about facing him this week. But we'll get into it when we get to the matchups. But, I still got my eyes closed and swinging.
Hey, back-to-back years making it out of the first round of the playoffs. Edwards, I see you drinking Rolling Rock. Celebrate. That's pretty good, man. Good work. 2 years in a row. DZ, how about you sitting? Are you sitting pretty good over there? Moving on to week 15. How are you feeling? How's the mood in DZ world?
Probably like less confident than normal. I'm going against the fucking GOAT of the EDL, and I got a great start tonight. We'll probably talk about that in a little bit, but I mean, it's Pete, bro, and like my team ain't playing like they were. I know I scored like 320 a couple weeks ago, but I mean that seems like an eternity ago. I dropped a 153 to follow that up, and then like 224 here. Not impressive. Not the standard I set for myself. Edwards, the standard I set for myself. At least 240 points. If you ain't scoring 240 points, you don't deserve to win. Luckily, I got the number 1 seed, and I played Birdman. He couldn't put up more than 224.
Well, we got 2 of the final 4 left in the EDL for the ever-prestigious title, Championship World Domination Belt. I don't know if you guys remember last year, DZ specifically, playoffs, what happened, but you and Edwards matched up. Edwards knocked you out of round 1 last year. Maybe a little potential rematch coming up next week. We'll see. But
I'm hoping for it. I mean, I'm hoping that's the way it goes down. I'd love that.
Good job to both you guys, and then to Pete and Rupp making it this far. Everybody else made playoffs. I make playoffs, so I'm the whatever. So y'all did better than me. That's it. We're gonna look into last week's matchups and then preview this week's. I wanted to do one little thing I thought of on my own. I took the final 4, and then give me your guys' thoughts. Maybe if you have your own opinion or want to do whatever with it. But I came up with the final 4 teams, and I gave them an NFL team that kind of matches their narrative to me, kind of on who they are, whatever it's been, blah, blah, blah. So, DZ, I'm just going to start. DZ, you're first. Your team that I have to match up, I have used the 49ers. You got some prestige to your name, you know, winning a long time ago. I see Edwards is all butthurt. Winning a long time ago, but this year you're top, just wham, not out of nowhere, but a little bit by surprise, and you're the number 1 seed, playing really well. We'll see if you can't get back to winning ways from long ago. But I have used the 49ers.
Nate, I actually like that because I got a shit quarterback, just like the 49ers.
I was going to say, I think Dan took more offense to that than me. I mean, just by the look on his face.
I'm going to stick with your same matchup, or DZ, who you're going with, Pete. The team I have for Pete is the New Orleans Saints. Always a tough team in the NFC. Always makes it to the very, very, very end. But it's been a little while since they've won a championship. We see New Orleans has dropped out of the NFC Championship game consistently. They're consistently one of the best teams. But it's been a while since the high-powered New Orleans Saints has finished with the ring. So Pete gets the Saints. Go ahead.
Nate, real quick, I actually love what you're doing here. I love this comparison with Pete because you can almost use the play where the Rams, his team, the Rams, where the Saints should have won that game with the fucked up no call at the end. And you could kind of compare that to Pete's fucking Super Bowls. I mean, he should have won, but just some funny business happened in both those games.
So we got 49ers versus Saints in our first one over there. Our next picks, we got, I'm going to go with Rupp. Rupp was the easiest one of the bunch. He's the fucking Patriots. Easy as day. Evil Empire. He has multiple championships. Constantly talking shit. Never again Rupp. He's the Patriots, but he gets it done every year.
Always spying my fucking cheat sheet at the draft. Yeah, dude, this is the Patriots in the backs.
So I got Rupp with the Patriots, and then Edwards, my final one. I don't know if you dislike this team or not, but I'm giving you the Cowboys. A consistent team, just a hair above 500, always in the playoffs, or just right there. Consistent. Makes it past the first round. There gets some hype to him, but that's kind of it. So
I don't love it, but it's a fair comparison. It is fair, harsh but fair.
I mean, who am I? I mean, if you want to go whatever, I could be the Dolphins if you guys want.
Well, Nate, I love what you did there, and let's not stop the fun here. Let's do your team. And what came to my head was the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, we talk about a team that is super proud about their 2 division titles in the last 11 years, and they never do anything in the playoffs. This is perfect, dude. The Cincinnati Bengals, Nate Dogg, go get yourself an Ocho Cinco jersey. Go get yourself something, maybe a perfect jersey if you're feeling some way right now. Yes, something like that. You Cincinnati Bengals, baby.
I'm definitely not the Bengals. I'm the Colts. Let me be the Colts. My a lot of hype. The quarterback retired. A lot of injuries. Still a hell of a front office. So that's why I'm the Colts. But yeah. So a little fun to have with the Final Four playoff teams. I say with that, let's jump into last week. Recap a little bit of what went down. Kind of give just some thoughts to what's going on. Let me go pull up the schedule here. Actually, I'm going to go weekly results.
That's what you should do.
All right, we're going to start with the first one. Dan, let's just look at your matchup. Do you want to take us away just maybe on how it even shook out Thursday through Monday night, where your starts performed, just whatever. Quick 30-second kind of breakdown of the whole matchup, you and Birdman.
I mean, Devontae Freeman came through for me big time in this one. Had a good matchup against the Panthers, but I mean, Michael Thomas, my guy, my boy, fucking did it for me, dude. This guy is bad fucking ass. I'll say it right now. He's the number 1 fucking wide receiver in Dynasty, redraft, everything. Tell me I'm wrong. Fuck it, dude. This guy's the man.
Fuck yeah. Edwards, what do you think about? Do you have it pulled up? Do you have the screen pulled up? Are you looking at this stuff
Yeah.
with us? What do you think
Yeah.
about Birdman's performance here?
He's been real hit and miss up and down. And like when he hits, he fucking hits hard. You know, we dropped like 281 in week Dan scored 100.
2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks, yeah.
So like there was most definitely he had a good chance if he could just put something together. But I mean, if you just look at some of the players he had, I mean, just Wilson. Like Wilson scores 40 points the last time they play the Rams. This time 10. Like he just kind of ran into a tough matchup.
Good game from Ertz. Great game from A.J. Brown, who's really been good last half of the season. Kenny Golladay played well. Sutton, not so much. But, yeah, Russell Wilson, if Russell Wilson has a 30-point game, that's a W. That's a W. Rashard Penny getting hurt.
I mean, come on, man. Can we play the if game? Can we play the if game?
I'm just saying.
Dude.
He was within striking range. No, your
Hey,
team didn't.
how about if my defense didn't take a shit? I would have won by 100. How about that?
Hey, how come you're trading me for Vic Beasley, then you leave him on the bench come playoff time?
Because he hasn't done shit all year, Nate. So can I get my $10 back?
Good win, DZ. Definitely a good win. You had a better efficiency rating, probably why you got it done. So keep it up. We'll see if your defense comes around this week. But good win for you. Let's move on to our next matchup. Edwards. Well, it's looking at yours, so let's. Can you do the same? Give me a 30-second whatever, just about your thoughts and feelings on this matchup, all through the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, call it good luck on my part, bad luck on Seward's part, a fucking curse on Seward's part. Like I don't care. Like it's rough for him, but going through it, I knew the game was pretty much well in hand while I was sitting there watching the Saints play the 49ers. Watching goddamn Drew Brees score 6 touchdowns. And, I mean, at first I agreed with Pete. I was like, I should have just gone with Trubisky. But somehow Drew Brees drops 50 against the best or one of the best defenses in the league. And, from there on out, I was pretty much just getting drunk and relaxing.
Getting drunk and relaxing. There's not a better way to spend a Sunday.
Nate, can I just cut in here real quick and talk to Edwards real quick? I mean, Trubisky, like, how is that a viable option, dude? Nobody's seen this fucking coming, dude. They're, if someone says it, they're a fucking liar, man. Dude, you got dissed for your fucking first-round pick for Drew Brees. That's how these trades should work late in the season. It sucks that Rupp got better because he doesn't need Drew Brees. But you made the right fucking move, and I think you should fucking smear some people's faces in it.
No, I'm 100% with you, Dan. Like, when I started to see all those touchdowns come down, I was like, this is why I spent that 20 whatever first is for this game. And who could have seen Trubisky dropping 39? That has to be a season high. There's no way I could have rolled through the playoffs with him scoring 7 points a game, whatever the fuck he's supposed to score.
I will say this. I'm pulling up the history of the EDL, and that is, in the history of the EDL, Drew Brees' second biggest game all time. He did have one bigger. He's 5th on the list. Week 8, 2015, Drew Brees went off.
I can name that.
Oh, yeah, it's them against the Giants. Where
Eli game. Yeah, Eli. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how he could do that?
That's.
But Edwards, fucking A, that trade, like we've said, got a lot of shit for it. But this is why you do what you did, and it paid off. You're making a push. You're within striking range. You went for it, and it came up fucking huge for you here.
I have more to say about that trade when we go into next week's matchups too.
Sounds good.
I just want to preview that.
DZ, how what do we think about Seward here?
Hey, listen. I mean, he was playing with fire all season long. This was a team that was up and down, up and down, up and down. Now we want to talk about a trade that doesn't look so fucking good. And I got to give it up for Seward because he's trying to make a push right here. He tried to make something happen. It backfired in his face. And Mike Evans fucking pulled a hammy in the first quarter. That wouldn't have made a difference, but just a couple bad breaks for this guy Kamara. I mean, the The Saints score fucking 46 points. Kamara gets 8.9. That's pathetic. I don't know what's going on there with that guy, but just Seward had a real up and down season. We talked about it with Chris Anderson. Same thing with Seward, up and down. If you're not consistent, you can get fucking had in the motherfucking playoffs. It doesn't matter what your seed is.
Very fucking true. Edwards, you had a fucking possible points of 326. That's insane.
Okay. If we got another 30 seconds, I want to talk about that real quick.
Okay,
Because I was debating playing Mike Gesicki, the tight end for the Dolphins. I actually asked for advice. Should I play him or should I play Kareem Jackson, Antoine Bethea, all these other guys? And, the response I got was play the guy with the highest floor. I was convinced it was Gesicki. He's been getting targets. He's been getting points. All of a sudden, in the first quarter, Kareem Jackson already has 30 goddamn points. I mean, it was those defensive backs I opted not to play on purpose. That's why my possible points were so goddamn high.
Interception, fumble recovery for touchdown. DZ, you've been preaching all for the past weeks and weeks. Get those DBs in there. Get those linebackers in there.
Well, I mean, he sent me a list of players, and I'm just like, this is gross. I don't want to pick none of these guys. I don't remember.
You?
Yeah,
No,
it was
you.
No. I don't remember saying Giuseppe. I don't remember exactly what I said, so I'm not going to say. What did I say, Edwards?
You said play the guy you think has the highest floor.
I mean, you got to think the offensive player's got the highest floor. So, I mean, he said he's been getting targets. Sorry, Edwards, but we're buddies and shit, but I'm not running to the computer to fucking crunch numbers at fucking 9:50 on a Sunday for you.
No, and I didn't expect you to. I expected, just a gut call or just anything to make me feel better about having to play Mike Gesicki. And I fucked that one up.
Should have been like, Kareem Jackson, bro, I'm feeling it. It's his homecoming.
Luckily, you didn't need it, Edwards. You got a great win. Upset 7-2 in this matchup. Seward, better luck next year. I feel for you, man. Not getting out, it definitely sucks. But your team's dope. We'll see you in the future. It's definitely always a bright future on your squad. Let's move on to our next matchup. We have Rupp batting damn near 1,000 with the 93.8 efficiency rating. It gave him a 254.1. That was high points after the stat corrections. Tito did have some guys to show up. He kind of had up and down. What do you think? What do you guys think? Let's look from Tito's angle. Alshon got hurt early. Just not enough. Defense looks like it was kind of just didn't do it.
Well, I'd like to point out that similar to Birdman, he got screwed over by his star quarterback as well. I mean, when are you ever going to guess 15 points out of Patrick Mahomes? I don't give a shit if he's playing the Patriots. Like, you expect a floor of 30 from that guy.
I mean, that's kind of the problem this year with Tito's team. I mean, he started out really, really hot, and even though Eckler did score 32.9 in this one, and we've said good things about him, he fell off. He fell off because of Melvin Gordon late in the season as far as what he was doing earlier in the season. And Patrick Mahomes just hasn't been the same. Got hurt his knee earlier in the year. And, it kind of just, took the fangs off of this team that Tito had. It just wasn't as scary. I think we all picked Rupp to win this matchup.
I believe we did. Yeah, Mahomes, looking at his numbers, he started out the year with 33, 39, 33. And after that, he only had one game over 24 points just all year. So definitely wasn't the same. Rupp's team, looking from his side, he's been hot for a while. If you look at it, it was pretty much a team win. He's got a ton of double-digit guys. Darius Geis goes down. That's a little blow to him in the playoff time. He's going to have to find somebody else to get in there. But good win for Rupp. Great efficiency rating, high points. That's what you need come playoff time. And our last matchup, we have the one that came down to the wire, the very end of the Monday night game. Robbie and Pete. Pete getting the win, 241.8. over Robbie 236.4. What do you think? Let's take a look at Robbie's team. He's upset that he started Tevin Coleman and Tevin Coleman got a 1.2. Are you looking at his roster thinking that there was some other guys he should have got in, or do you think I hate using the word unlucky. I feel like the unlucky shit has been going around hot, like hotcakes lately. But do you think there's something Robbie could have done differently here?
I'm not really sure. I was looking at this earlier, and to me, the 49ers backfield is the new Patriots backfield. You don't know who's going to fucking score, and you can't sit any of them because they could have 4 touchdowns any given week. So, it sucks that he got a 1.2, but at the same time, I'm looking at his bench, and I don't know who I would, in good conscience, pull up and set down a guy who could potentially go off in a big game.
Just real quick, Robbie had a great year, man. I mean, he gave the EDL GOAT a fucking super roundhouse in the first round and just couldn't quite get it done. Todd Gurley ended up paying off for him in this one. By the way, Todd Gurley might be the greatest EDL playoff player of all time, as we sit here today. But T.Y. fucked him. But, I mean, you got to make moves like that. I like what he did. Myles Garrett fucked him. Fuck Mason Rudolph, really, in that whole deal. God, man, Robbie fucking fought so hard here, put up 236. Would have beat my ass. You should have tanked a little bit, Robbie. You would have got the 8th seed and played me and beat me. But good year, Robbie. Nothing to fucking hang your head on this one. You're gonna be good. Derrick Henry's looking like a motherfucking beast. Lamar Jackson's. I might want to own Lamar Jackson over anybody in the whole fucking league, dude. The guy's amazing, dude. And dude, just good year by Robbie. Good game in general by both teams. Just a fucking cool matchup right here.
Yeah, we have looking at Pete's roster just deep. Didn't have anyone that really blew it up for him. Nobody over 30 points. In fact, 25 flat was his high points of the week. But he's got a lot of double-digit guys. A lot of guys putting up points, defense, offense, tight ends, whatever. So Pete getting a good one here, 241. That's a solid score that you want to see. Any other closing points to last week of the playoffs?
Is Odell dead? Like that?
No, that's a good question. How much do we value this guy in dynasty leagues now?
I mean, he's already coming out saying he needs out of Cleveland. He wants out of Cleveland. He signed a huge contract in New York, gets traded to Cleveland. I mean, is he going to pull some Antonio Brown? Oh, I need my old helmet type shit to try and get out of Cleveland? Because I think Odell's young enough. There's about 28 teams in the league that would be okay with taking the rest of that contract on.
Yeah, that's wild. He's definitely he can't have the value that he once had just off of fear factor. You don't know. I don't know if he's necessarily Antonio Brown, but you said there's 28 teams that want him. I bet the number's lower right now. I bet you there's at least 10 teams in the league that are like, yeah, we're good. Like we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do it.
Patriots would take him.
If he goes to Patriots, then fuck it. But yeah, no, Pete, good win. Deep team. Even with Odell Beckham fucking not caring about football anymore. Let's move on to this week. Are we already at that point? Thursday night has already gone on, so we do have some scoring that has taken place. So we'll comment on that. Before we go, we're gonna start with DZ's matchup, kind of break that one down, and then we'll move on to your matchup, Edwards. But we got Pete and Dan in this one. DZ, okay, last time they met, you remember? I'm sure you remember DZ. Week 1, you got the win, 253 to 197, and some change for both of you guys. So last time you guys matched up, but that was a long time ago. Dan, you have the all-time record of 5-3 over Pete. But excluding this year's win in week 1, like, so we take that out of there. Pete has won 3 of the last 4 matchups. So you're 5-3, but Pete's had the better of you lately.
Oh, I see how you had twitched that stat. Nate, thanks a lot, Nate. I was feeling really good for a second.
But, and if you have done the math correctly, your all-time record against Pete is 5-3, so that's 8 games. You've had 8 regular season matchup against Pete, so that means this is the first time in EDL history that you and Pete have faced each other when it comes playoff time, when it comes money-making time, when it comes clutch time. First time you and Pete have got it. We've been talking about it all year. A lot of people have picked you guys to get in the Super Bowl, but you guys are in the same division, so it's only right that you guys matched up. I say we just jump on in. We already have the Thursday night game in the books, Steezy. Do you want to start it? Do you want to just start on kind of how?
Well, I mean, clearly I'm thrilled with the results of tonight's game. Dude, literally all week I'm like, do I play Crowder? Do I play Crowder? Do I play Crowder? I mean, he's been pretty trash, single digits the last 3 weeks or whatever it is. But I just kept looking like, dude, my team's pretty thin right now. Ridley's out. And my defensive players didn't really instill me with any confidence from last week's performance. And so I just said, fuck it. I mean, he's getting the targets, kind of like a Giuseppe thing, but this one worked. But anyways, I just said he's getting targets. Oh, my God, you guys, I don't know if you watched the game, but he dropped a touchdown, like a wide open touchdown. I was kind of working, kind of looking at the, trying to deal and work at the same time. And he dropped a touchdown, and I'm just like, fuck. Like inside, I'm like fucking raging, dude. And the very next play, they threw it right back to him, and it was like fucking dude draped on him, and he caught it. It was fucking awesome. Later on,
the same route. It was beautiful.
Yes, and then later on, garbage touchdown. Man, 27 points was something I never expected from Crowder. That's fuck, bro. I'm happy. I feel like Pete definitely had the edge in this game. More talented, more healthy players, all that good stuff. But this one made me feel like we're gonna have a nice little game fucking come Sunday.
Edwards, what do you think just on this matchup? How looking at kind of all the players and their matchups, how are you feeling even in this one beforehand, now, after?
So I got a couple notes I want to run through real quick. Like, first off, strong start with Crowder. Like, I was fucking out of this world. I did go through and look at some of the matchups, and for DZ on this side, Freeman's been balling out like lately. I quietly, because I hadn't noticed it, but this week he does have the 49ers versus the 49ers, and I'm not sure how much I love that matchup. I know they gave up a whole bunch of points last week, but unless Drew Brees starts playing for the Falcons, I don't think it's going to happen again. And of course, a matchup that I love is Michael Thomas. I mean, Michael Thomas against anybody. The Colts don't have the world's best pass D, and I think that Michael Thomas is going to just put up another world-beating 11-catch, 200-yard game or some bullshit like that.
We're not ready for Michael Thomas. That's for damn sure.
Is Marvin Harrison going to be at the game, Nate?
Oh God, I hope not. I hope he might kill somebody. If he shows up. All right, I'll tell you this much. Pre looking, because I did look at your this matchup, Edwards matchup, before tonight's game. I actually liked Pete here. I like his matchups on. This is tough with Pete. This is hard because this has been the story all fucking year. I like his matchups on paper, but are his guys going to actually do it? Saquon against the Dolphins. Oh my God. You got the Browns, like Nick Chubb and Odell against the Cardinals. That's juicy. Like, there could be some points there.
So I have some points similar to that. I mean, going through like I did with Dan, one of the matchups I love is obviously Barkley versus Miami. Barkley hasn't been the same Barkley he was last year. He might still be dealing with some lingering high ankle sprain bullshit. But I mean, he's playing the Dolphins this week. Like, how do you not love that? I mean, the Giants aren't anything to write home about, but it's still Saquon Barkley versus the shitty Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. Okay. What did Saquon do last week?
13.1.
Wow, bro. Wow.
It's been 13, 15, 16 ever since he came back. He's not getting these 30 and 40-point games, but I mean, he's going against the Dolphins.
He's getting the touches. Oh my God,
Yeah.
he hasn't had any kind of rushing in a while. What is the what fantasy point number does Saquon need to reach this week against the Dolphins for Pete to not lose his fucking mind?
25.
You think under 25 Pete's pissed?
Yeah, I mean, I have him in the other 2 leagues I'm in. I'm going to be pissed if he doesn't get 25 in those 2 leagues.
If he goes
Come
under
on.
20, if he goes under 18 this week, oh my God. That's going to be tough.
I want to go on a little bit on a matchup that I'm scared
Hold
for.
on, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right, I like Pete's matchups on paper, everything. I don't know if they're going to work out. It's been the thing all year. DZ's shit with Crowder, that was clutch. That was big time. That was playoff EDL football. Jameson Crowder definitely evened it up. And when I dug deeper, looking at Matt Ryan against the 49ers, I don't necessarily think that's going to be a huge game. And Pete needs it to be a big game. There's a chance if Matt Ryan does good, garbage time, whatever. We could see some, if it goes to Freeman, if Freeman gets like a touchdown catch, DZ's got Russell Gage in there right now. If he gets one of the touchdown catches, and then we know Julio's a little banged up. Maybe they're exclusive whatever on him. DZ may be able to counteract and get actually the better half of anything Matt Ryan puts up this week if it doesn't go to Julio. So I think right now DZ's matchup with Crowder, I think it's just as good.
So another name on Pete's roster I want to call out is Devontae Adams. That's the matchup that I'm really scared for him. He's going against the Bears pass defense, which I think they're about 26th in fantasy points allowed. And as we've been seeing, Aaron Jones is for real. Like, the game script could go real quick to the Green Bay just running over and over. And I mean, they're probably just happy to have a run game for the first time this decade. So, I mean, it could be real easy. Just all of a sudden, Adams is in single digits again.
What do you like for this matchup, Edwards? What's your pick?
My pick is whoever's running backs score the most points.
Oh, you got to pick
think
somebody,
that's going to be. I know. I'll give a name here in a second, but I think that whoever's running backs score the most points is going to win this game, and I'm giving it to Dan.
I got Dan. I got Dan right now. This could change, but my meter. Your win. You ever look at the box scores of like basketball games, or even football games? They'll show like where they're at, like on the win, and an interception will happen. They'll dip. I'm looking at like 52, 53% DZ right now. I think he's just barely in the driver's seat. He needs another big game out of somebody to match. It doesn't take the names off it. He just needs the points. It could be Crowder. It could be Russell Gage. It could be fucking Tyler Eifert. It doesn't matter, but he needs another good game out of somebody that's not necessarily Michael Thomas, who, if he can get 40 or 50 out of him, let's get it. Pete got some great matchups. If this swings Pete's way, I won't be surprised. That's who I had pre. 27 from Jameson Crowder is fucking a great start, DZ. So, we might see in the championship, buddy. Any closing thoughts, Dan? You want talking shit?
All right, dude. I'm definitely not going to cut a promo right now on fucking Pete. I feel gross. I feel sick to my stomach. I feel like he's going to drop 300, man. I just feel it.
The calm before the storm, the little 3-point Justin Tucker is just sizzling, is getting ready to pop.
He's going to drop 300, man.
I fucking hope so, bro. I hope so.
If he does, I hope I drop like 250 plus, because I just want to know that I didn't go out like a bitch, dude. That's all. I just don't want to go out like a bitch. I want to like say, you know what? If I was playing the other two guys on the other side, I would have beat their fucking asses. I mean, this is the real Super Bowl right here, guys.
I
The
have
real
that
Super
down.
Bowl.
I word for word have that written in my notes. Damn, this is gonna be a good matchup. This might be Seahawks Niners NFC Championship game 2014. This
Oh,
might
man.
be just a drag down knockout fight and then just a walk into the ring.
Oh man. Yeah. I hope you both put up 300. Fuck it.
Oh God, I would love it. Just like, give me the fucking.
I hope.
Just
I
give
hope
me
the
give me
chat.
the 308.
Hey, don't go
give the
MIA.
308.
Don't go MIA on the chat on Sunday. I want to feel your emotions come
Who?
through your feet. You.
Who?
I don't want you going tired and putting your phone down for an hour.
What do you want me?
I want
what
to
do you want
feel
me to
your
do?
emotions just.
Oh, I'll be in there. I'll be in there, but I mean, I'm not talking shit to the guy. That backfires in my face every fucking time.
I want it.
Okay.
I want
Uh,
I want a shit talk. I want
I
an
don't-
apology. I want it all.
I'll be humble if I win, and I'll act like I'm humble if I lose. I'll act like I'm happy for him. I'll put on a good show.
Oh my God! All right, that should be a good one. And not to build that one up, but Edwards, you gave credit saying that was Super Bowl DZ, but you got yourself a little revenge game here, Edwards.
I do.
Possibly. Last time you met this year was week 3, doubleheader week. Edwards, you actually got the win there.
Yeah, snuck that one out.
52.9 to 240.2. Big time game there. You both threw down, had good scores in the doubleheader week. You got that one done. You actually have an all-time record against Rupp at 5-3. So you're
That's shocking to me. That is shocking.
You're up on Rupp. Actually, I think I might have. That's a regular season record. You have a regular season record of 5-3 against Rupp, so you actually have his number. But like I mentioned earlier, we do have a revenge game. Rupp has the only matchup against you guys. He's got a 1-0 postseason record that did come in the Super Bowl back in year 2
How could I forget
of
that?
the league. We talked about it last time, but you got your chance at some revenge. How amped up, how ready are you for this matchup against the fucking Evil Empire? Now you got some beer on the line. You got a case of beer on the line right now.
That is the case. Whoa. Slow down, Nate. This ain't 2015, 2014 when I was making a lot of money. Single.
That's true. Edwards.
All right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I'm, like I said, I'm still closing my eyes and throwing my fists, but at the same time, I'm actually feeling pretty goddamn good right now. I'm feeling pretty good, and here's why. Dan, you were talking about telling me to go through the projections, see how accurate they are. Well, for Le'Veon Bell, they were 100% correct. They called 15.0. He got 15.0. I was hoping for a little bit more out of him, but, I knew the game script was going to go. He was going to be the 6th blocker, whatever. But here's the thing. All of Rupp's players go Sunday day. He has one guy going at 5:20.
Oh, it's the worst.
I have Demario Davis, my best linebacker, and Drew Brees going Monday night. We're going to get to see on Monday night in primetime how much that first-round draft pick was worth. He's been praying to Brees for years. Now it's going to come back to bite him.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God. That is how it's going to go down.
Dude, hey. I mean, me and Pete might be the Super Bowl, but that's the fucking storyline of the year right there.
He trades him to me. Everyone thinks he trade rapes me. It's going to come back Monday night. Watch it. Write it down.
Hey,
Check.
dude, real quick, Edwards. Who cares how good Le'Veon Bell did tonight? How good did he bowl after the game?
It's probably about a 220. I mean, he's not
A little bit tired.
Bro, I saw after the game there was 3, Le'Veon Bell included. Robbie Anderson was there. They all had Lamar Jackson jerseys with a marker, handing it to Lamar to sign. right after the game, midfield, still fully. They had jerseys.
Hey, wouldn't you, that's a great thing to hang in a shadow box in your fucking mansion. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Retirement plan too, man. I
Yeah.
mean, you get a bench. I got a Lamar Jackson autographed jersey, game worn.
So
No, they
I want to
weren't.
go.
You saw his jersey on. There's like 3 of them with their own jerseys.
Well, maybe they wore it under their jersey. So they had it on.
Game worn.
It was worn in a game. So I want to go a little bit more into it. You know, like I was saying, I'm pretty confident, and the only thing that kind of scares me is my high score this year is 256. My average is 229.5. I don't know if that's enough to get it done. I might have to finally break out for the first time this year, but I do have both Patriots running backs going against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I love that matchup. And that's also the matchup that I hate the most for my team this week, because who knows? James White could score 50, or they could combine for 8. So that's going to be a really interesting game script. You know, see where it's at. As far as Rupp goes, I mean, let's look at it. Like, he's got some decent matchups, but you know, the Rams held down Russell Wilson last week. And now he's got his quarterback, Dak Prescott, who is not as good as Russell Wilson, going against the Rams this week. If they can get it done again, that's going to be a major, major downside to Rupp. And then as far as his wide receivers go, I mean, easy. What's Diggs? Like, what is Diggs?
He's trash, dude. He's
trash. I have it written down. He is trash. And he's going against the LA Chargers, the 27th best team. Or, you know, as far as they're like the 3rd from the bottom in allowing points. They are a great team against wide receivers, and Diggs is trash. Also, no one knows if Josh Jacobs is going to play. No one knows if Devontae Parker is going to play. Like, these are things that it comes down to. Josh Jacobs is playing at 105. What happens if he turns out to be inactive? Rupp doesn't have a whole lot of guys playing after 105 to plug in there.
That was thorough.
We got a full. I was just about to say we got a full breakdown, DZ. You got any thoughts, Dan? You got any? You got a pick? You want to go with a pick and maybe a reason why?
Man, I love everything Edwards put into this. The promo he cut on the chat earlier. What he just said right there. And to this point, Rupp is just cowering. I haven't seen him come out of the bushes yet. I'm going with the confident guy. I've got Edwards in this one.
Oh, man. I'm going to go Edwards, too. That Drew Brees shit, it's got to happen. It has to happen.
Monday night, you can't see me.
Oh, my God.
It's done. It's done.
I will say this, Edwards. You gave yourself a puncher's chance. Now, all of a sudden, you're flipping the script. There's some dangerous moves, but I love it. This is I just love it. I want to feel the highs and lows. I'm with it. Edwards, I got you as the favorite in this matchup right now. A lot of good points there. I like D-Hop, even though it's a rival game. I think they both need to win. They are going to be playing hard in that game to win that game. I think D-Hop gets off. I do like your Patriots matchups. I think that their offense has sucked. This will be a game where they try to get back in the swing of things. I do think you get some good breaks there. I do like Rupp's matchups better than you guys, better than you, I guess you personally, Edwards, were mentioning. But like you said, there is some injuries on his side, some question marks. I'm giving you the leaner. I'm giving you a solid 58%, somewhere in there, as a little pole position on this matchup. Yeah, that's some good shit. We might have a Super Bowl champion on the chat right now here in a couple weeks. I'm not sure.
I mean, you got a 50-50 shot at it, so.
Man, we're already here. For 2 weeks left. We're almost done. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Week 15, week 16, and we're on the fucking, and it's over. I don't know if I'm getting old and just everything goes faster when you're old, but damn, this season flew by. Week 1 of the playoffs was fucking awesome. I'm not even in it, and it's fucking awesome. I can't wait for week 2. Good fucking matchups, both of them. Good fucking matchup.
Speaking of you not being in it, are we going through your games?
No, fuck the toilet bowl. I'm gonna win the whole thing. Actually, fucking Mark Ingram went crazy tonight. I think that's who I'm playing. He's probably worth 8. I know we all make fun of him, but he's worth. He's good. He's a good player to have on your roster.
The best thing he did all night was when he interviewed Lamar Jackson after the game.
I saw
I don't know
that.
if you guys caught that, but it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. We can all make fun of me when I win another dick plaque here after week 16 show at just the very end. Anything else? Good luck, guys.
Good luck to everybody.
Good luck. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for being on again, Edwards. We'll catch you all next week when we have a Super Bowl matchup. EDL, realist, best ever playoffs. We're here.